You Decide 2008 news now. Fox's Bill O'Reilly made the phrase famous, no spin zone, and that's where we're going to spend the next 4 minutes. Meryl Runion, author of the new book, Unite and Concur, joins us this morning. Good morning to you, Meryl.
Good morning.
With the president's race, the race for the presidency heating up, you want people to be prepared for these false fallacies, twisted logic.
Twisted logic, logical fallacies. Basically, it's reason that isn't so reasonable.
Okay, so why is this important this time of year with the campaigning?
Well, it's interesting how much passes as logic that really isn't. Any third grader with some training in logical fallacies could see right through them, and yet we pass them on as if they actually make sense.
Okay, so what should we be looking for?
Well, one of the big ones you hear a lot of is a black and white false choices. You're with us or you're against us. You support the troops or you don't, as if those are the only two choices. And,
sure.
And you hear a lot of that in the conversation about Iraq, as if we only had two choices, stay the course or to pull out completely immediately. So anytime you just have two choices, you've got to consider, well, what are the other options? What are they not telling us here? Because that limits our ability to make choices, to have options.
Okay, straw man is the next thing that you talk about.
Straw man is when you argue against something that nobody's really arguing for. For example, it's very rare for anybody to be arguing against just pulling out everyone immediately out of Iraq right now. You don't hear people arguing for that, but you do hear people arguing against that, as if that's a real concern or issue that people are suggesting.
Okay, attack the messenger.
Well, that would be when instead of addressing the issue, you discredit the person who's raising the issue. For example, if I were to go to a councilman and say, I don't like this land use plan, and the councilman said, well, you're not qualified to evaluate it, instead of explaining what the merits of it were and listening to my questions on the issues itself.
Emotional appeal and bandwagon round out the top 5. Emotional
appeal and bandwagon, again, there's no logic in this. It's basically saying that because you should be very afraid, then you should do what I say, or just appealing to emotion to flood reason. And bandwagon is saying that because so many people think an idea is good, that therefore it's good. The front runner should be the person we elect because they're the front runner. People couldn't be wrong.
Sure. Well, your new book, Unite and Concur, really gets people to try to open up that dialogue because
yes.
It can get very heated.
It can get very heated, and it's really good when you understand what the logical fallacies are, because you can just then see through what it is they're saying rather than being caught in the spin, rather than arguing against as if there were only two options when actually there are more. You can expand the dialogue.
Right, so you're helping us kind of be able to choose our candidates come November.
Choose our candidates, choose our policies, and make real choices, because these things matter.
Yeah, well, they definitely do. Unite and Concur, the address for your new ebook, right?
UniteandConcur.com.
All right, great. Meryl, thanks so much for coming in this morning. As always, we appreciate your time.